jungle.
Good day everyone, I am Zared Execal Jinimuan from Group 1 Mitochondria, and for today we are going to talk about the carbohydrates, and at the end of this video you will learn a lot from this video and you'll know better about carbohydrates. In our everyday living, much energy is needed for us to survive and function throughout the entire day. In order for that to happen, we must digest and any kind of food and drinks, and it automatically gives us energy in a way of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is our body's main fuel source. They provide us energy for our daily tasks and are the primary source of our brain's high energy demands. Carbohydrates or carbs are sugar molecules. Along with proteins and fats, carbohydrates are one of the three main nutrients found in food and drinks. Our bodies break down carbohydrate into glucose. Glucose or sugar are the main source of energy of our body's cells, tissues, and organs. Carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and it is rationed into 1:2:1. For it goes like this: 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen, and 1 oxygen. The primary function of carbohydrates in our body are provide energy, store energy, build macromolecules, and spare proteins and fats to other uses. Carbohydrates are divided into 3: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. First one is the monosaccharides. Monosaccharides mean one sugar, which mono means one and saccharides mean sugar. It constitutes the building blocks of a more complex form of sugars. Examples of it are glucose, galactose, fructose, and ribose. First one is glucose. This is the structure of a glucose, and it can be found in a bread. Next one is galactose. This is the structure of a galactose. It can be found in a honey. Next one is fructose. This is the structure of a fructose. It is commonly found on fruits. And the last for the examples, ribose. This is the structure of a ribose. It is a monosaccharide that helps build the DNA. All of the said examples have the same chemical formula: C6, H12, and O6. Fructose and glucose. Fructose and glucose are an example of isomers. Isomers means they contain both the numbers of atoms, but they differ in the way how the atoms are arranged. Next one is the glucose and the galactose. They are the stereoisomers. They have the same composition but differ in the way how the atoms are oriented in the space. Fructose. Fructose is a ketohexose. It is a 6-carbon monosaccharides. Next is glucose and galactose. They are aldohexose. It is a molecule structure that contains both aldehyde, an aldose, and a 6-carbon, a hexose.
What is disaccharide? A disaccharide is generated when two monosaccharides are glycosidic linked. Disaccharide, like monosaccharide, are water-based carbohydrate. Sucrose, lactose, and maltose are the 3 examples. This is the structure of sucrose. The product that you usually see in sucrose is sugarcane. Sucrose are made by combining glucose and fructose. The second example is lactose. Here is the structure of the lactose, and it is commonly found in cheese. Lactose are formed by combining glucose and galactose. The last and the third example is maltose. The product that you usually see in maltose is peaches and pears. Maltose are created by combining glucose and glucose. What is polysaccharide? A complex carbohydrate like cellulose, starch, or glycogen that can be hydrated into two or more monosaccharide molecules. This is the structure of cellulose, and here is the product that you usually see in cellulose. Cellulose make up the cell wall of the plants. Cellulose are made up of beta-glucose. It has 1 to 4 link and it is indigestible. The second one is starch. This is the structure of the starch, and here is the product that you usually see in starch. Starch are used for storage of energy of plants. Plants make carbohydrates during photosynthesis and store them as starch. Starch are made up of alpha-glucose. It has 1 to 4 link and it is unbranched. Is glycogen. This is the structure of glycogen, and this is the product that you usually see in glycogen. Glycogen are used for energy storage of animals and made up of alpha-glucose. Glycogen are mostly found in liver and muscle cells, and it has 1 to 4 beta link. So that's all. We're going to proceed in a simple activity performance by our group about the topic so that we can understand our discussion better. Thank you.
Carbohydrates test.
Prepare the materials to be used. Put starch powder in a glass and a little water to it. And then mix well. After mixing, add a little iodine solution and mix it again. After mixing, take the potatoes and slice a little. Put it when the potatoes are ready. 1 minute and that's what the potato look like.